And clear of the closing doors, please.
What up, son? What up? Louis Max, Grind and Pivot, pivotal moments that changed everything. You know, here at Grind and Pivot, we have many people that sign on to be on the show. And we always want to give and build confidence to people that you might not necessarily know about. Today, we're going to return the favor with our next guest. She's originally from the exotic Republic of Georgia. That's right. I believe Tbilisi, but if that's not the city, you know, she'll correct me later. She's a translator, a cultural community organizer, and you know what? A great, great artist. But most of all, from what I understand, an upstanding comedy artist is what they call her. But please welcome to our show the delightful and talented and funny Lia Shartava. Lia, how are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly.
Wow, pretty good.
Yes.
Right out of the
Yes.
barrel. I didn't even really, that's it. You know what? Listen, I'm from Queens. We were talking before. Forest Hills, Queens. We have ethnicity up the wazoo here. Everybody and everybody lives in Queens. So you being from the Republic of Georgia is nothing new to me. And I understand that you lived in Queens for a little bit. Tell us how you got from the Republic of Georgia to the States.
By plane, not by boat. The first place where I went was Forest Hills, Queens. My cousin lived there, and it was a pretty nice neighborhood. And quickly, as I told you, I was looking for forests, for hills. I could not find them. But then I went to Manhattan and I was like, oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. It's all what I've seen in the movies and even more. And I fell in love with New York City and with the United States right away.
Fantastic. So what brought you to the States initially?
Well, first I came here for school and then I stayed for love.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. So you actually stopped in Forest Hills in Queens and then the Lower East Side of Manhattan for a couple of seconds. And now you're actually completely on the other side of the United States in the what they say, the coffee snob capital of the world, Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
What the hell is that like?
First of all, how did I end up here? Because I lived in New York City for several years. And then I was thinking now next place I want to live is LA. Where else, you know? So,
Of course.
but accidentally I ended up here like all the other immigrants, all the other foreigners. How do we end up here? We think we are going to Washington, D.C. and we come to Washington State.
Right.
Because no one in the world knows where the hell is Washington State. So we come here accidentally and then we look around and wow, this is pretty nice. They've been hiding this from us. Really beautiful, amazing nature, really nice people, food, culture. So then we stay here. We get stuck here.
Gotcha. What did you initially do when you got there for work?
Well, I've been doing translating for a long time here and mostly medical and social services, but oral interpreting, but also translating. I am contracted with a couple of writers. So we translate fiction and poetry from my native language.
Oh, okay. That's very interesting. That's great. Now, I know you're also a budding artist, and I believe you have some of your stuff. Is that something even behind you that's one of your pieces I see?
No, this is my partner. He does something very cool as well. But I'll show you a couple. This is a little
Very cool.
kind of cityscape.
Right. Is that oil?
No, this is acrylics.
Acrylic. Okay.
Yes. And recently I've been doing some landscapes, but I do lots of abstract as well.
Very cool.
My father, he was a real artist. That's how he made most of his living. So I guess I got a little bit of talent from him.
Absolutely. You got a lot. You got a lot of talent. Now I know this.
Thank you.
Some of these are available online as well, right? On a couple of websites. You want to
Mhm.
tell us where they might be available?
Yes, I had my own website, but I'm reconstructed it right now. But they're available on Fine Art America.
Excellent. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff there too, and we're going to put everything down in the below in the description so that you can contact and take a look at some of her art. I actually saw some things too that I kind of liked. Now,
Thank you.
you're also a little bit of an activist, a quiet activist, I would say, for what's called the Georgian cultural community in Seattle. Is that true? Tell us a little bit about that, and correct me if I'm wrong about the name or what it is.
Well, we started it about 10 years ago, and we called it Pacific Northwest Georgian Women's Association. And and we've done lots of things. Our main goal is to introduce Georgian culture to local people and also help immigrants to assimilate into American culture. Because, as you know, being from New York and from Queens, what happens is that certain groups they kind of keep for themselves and they don't assimilate very well. So they miss out all the joy of the local culture and all the connections. So this kind of stuff.
Right, that's interesting. Is there an abundant community of Georgians in Seattle, in your area?
No, very small, from 50 to 100 people, because
100.
it's a very small country, from 4 to 5 million. So
Okay,
mostly they're over there, where Brighton Beach,
exactly.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, right, exactly. Shout out to Brooklyn, right. Now,
Shut out.
you run into a lot of problems a lot of times when you tell people that you're from the country of Georgia, right? What's the first thing, do they look at you? What do they say to you?
Well, first of all, having an accent, and as you know, that accent does not go away. It's very hard for an accent to go away unless you immigrated before you were 13 years old. Then
Mhm.
it's possible. After that, it does not go away. So every time you speak, people are all of a sudden go like, first question, it's not like, hi, how are you? And etc. Not normal conversations. Where are you
Where
from?
you're from? Where you're from? Right,
Where are you
right.
from? Where
Of
from?
course.
Where are you
Wait,
from?
right.
So it's like from Georgia. And then next one is a suspicious look. Like, really? You don't sound like someone from Georgia. So now I started adding Georgia, not the Georgia on your mind. So I
Very
add
good.
this and
Very good. Very good. Great song. Great
then,
song. Great song.
yes, great
Yes.
song. And then people laugh and they're entertained. And then once they establish you're not from from the state of Georgia, then next thing goes like, Georgia, Russia.
They equate Georgia with Russia immediately, correct?
Immediately. And so like this confusion goes on and on and on, and there is layers and layers. And I mean, for some people can be annoying or amusing, but this is a fact. Like, your show is called Grind, and this is not a quiet grind, but this is the thing that happens to us on a daily basis. We have
Yeah,
to establish who we are and
correct.
explain or just get away. So for example, it's the confusion has gotten so bad. Do you remember the January 6th attack on the White House,
Yes.
or whatever we're supposed to call it? So there was a Georgian flag flown, flag from my country of Georgia. So I'm like, what's going on? I called my cousin. It's very, very small country. So I called Brooklyn, and they said, no, it was not me. It was not me. So
very good.
So it was none of us. No Georgians were there. What happened was confusion again. Someone ordered on eBay flag of Georgia, and whatever arrived, that's what they flew over there.
Are you serious? Are you
Yes,
serious?
100% serious. I have this photo saved, and I can send it to you. Or if you Google Georgian flag, January 6th, White House, it's going to
Yeah, the
come up.
insurrection. Oh my God. That
I
is
know.
classic.
I'm making jokes about the confusion, but that's a little more serious than
Yeah,
just,
for sure. For sure, for sure.
Now about Russia. So Russia, anyone who knows history a little bit, they know that we consider Russia an enemy. So when you call us, you are Russian, lots of Georgians don't like it, or people from the former Soviet Union or from Eastern Europe. Like, for example, I have a very good friend, a Native American. We like to joke around. He's a jokester like me. So sometimes he calls me Red Sparrow. Red Sparrow, Red Sparrow. So I was not paying attention. And one day I'm like, why are you calling me that? And he goes like, oh, you should see a movie. There is an American movie, Red Sparrow, with Jennifer Lawrence in it. So this movie, finally I saw it. And the movie is about a spy Russian whore, like prostitute. So I was like, when I heard this, I was so upset. I'm like, you've been calling me Russian the whole time?
Of course.
I mean,
of course.
whore was nothing, spy was nothing, Russian?
Right.
What? What are you talking about?
Right, you've gone too far. A low blow. A low blow.
Yes. What is that? Then we meet Russians, next level of confusion. And our native language is not Russian. We have our own native language. So when we speak Russian, we also have an accent that we cannot get rid of. So Russians know right away we're not Russian. And they go like, Georgian, which it's not called Georgian, it's called Gruzinka, which means Georgian. But how do they know right away? Because Stalin was Georgian.
Yes.
Joseph Stalin.
That's correct.
So there's like gazillion Russian movies with Joseph Stalin in it, like World War II, whatever, with a Georgian accent. He spoke with Georgian accent. So now I'm a little Stalin here. So
it's like it's a train wreck. It really is a train wreck. You know what, everybody? Get a map, take a look and see what's going on there. You didn't really learn anything. I would say, get your act together, get your history together, get your geography together, and let Lia know that she's from Georgia. Not Georgia on my mind, not Savannah, right?
No.
Not Augusta, not Atlanta. Well, you're from Tbilisi, actually?
Tbilisi.
Okay,
Tbilisi.
great. Yeah, the exotic capital.
Exotic. So, Louis, look at this. For example, I actually did one stand-up where I talked about famous Georgian people, and I was comparing, like you have Martin Luther King Jr., who was born in the state of Georgia, great man for civil rights. We have also a famous leader who did not fight for civil rights, Joseph Stalin. And it goes on and on the list. So we have Joseph Stalin. That's the most famous person.
Right,
but state of Georgia has lots of cool people like Julia Roberts, Jimmy Carter, Kanye West.
Right.
So when you Google famous Georgians, all this comes up all mixed up. And I'm like, what is Stalin doing here among these people? There is another person, Lavrent Beria, who was the head of KGB during Stalin, and together they killed 20 or 30 million people.
Right.
So this guy comes up in the middle of all these famous Georgians and MLK and Kanye West. It's like,
incredible.
I mean, state of Georgia, you
know.
can have these people, but you don't want them. You don't want Stalin.
Yeah, no. Absolutely not.
No.
So you started a group. It's called It's Your Fault for Watching. Now, I've seen this. It's self-explanatory. Tell us how it started, where people can see it, and what it's all about, because I think this is a really big thing about, I love this about you, and we'll talk a little bit about, tell us.
Okay, so this is a group of friends. We started this group, and originally we were doing lots of podcasts, and then we took a little break. I took a break because I told you my parents passed away, so I was not feeling. But we are going to continue very, very interesting podcasts, and it's going to be your fault for listening and watching. But right now we have a group where we post memes and videos, and lots of people find it edgy, so check it out.
How did it come up? Tell us how the idea started, and where did it come from?
It came from a good friend of mine who has been a huge influence on me as one of my comedy mentors, Travis Simmons, who is amazing, who is not that famous yet. He's famous locally.
Shout out Travis Simmons. Shout
Travis
out to
Simmons,
yeah.
yes, he was the first person who pushed me on the stage because we came to a stand-up. My partner, my boyfriend, he's a stand-up comedian as well. I have this very bad influence. I have three people: Travis Simmons, shout out; Bob Bailey, a local comedian, shout out to Bob; and Jake Moon, who is my boyfriend. Jake has been
Moon.
doing.
By the way, you want to let Jake know you named him third. You know, you named just Jake. We apologize, but you know the deal.
So Jake has been doing comedy for 9 years. So I was influenced by him, and because I love my education is linguistics, and I love languages. So comedies, in a way, or slang even, is a language. So, like, you ask me where you find it before, or did you do comedy before? No, I mean, I guess I was a little bit funny and had sense of humor. But the thing is, I made a decision, I have to be able to figure this out because comedy is a humor, is a language. So then I talked to my friends and they told me how they built jokes. And then I learned a little bit and then I started writing jokes. And Travis Simmons was the first person. We came to a comedy stand-up and I was scared. And there was a big list, and there is number one person, and number two, there is no one, and then bunch of people. Really? So in that club, there is number two, they leave it for like anyone who wants to put that. And number one, he's a singer, so that's not even like real comedy. He sings funny songs. It's always him on a little ukulele. And then number two, whoever is brave, and then the rest. So I came up and they tell me, Jake and Travis, put your name down. And I was like, no, can I do it next time, please?
Right, you're scared. You're scared shit, right? You're scared shitless.
Yes, and I want to disappear. And Travis, who is an amazing, really kind person, he got mean. His eyes got mean. And he was like, put your name down. So there was no conversation. And then I looked at my boyfriend, who is a very kind person as well, and I thought he would help me. Can I do it next time? And he said, no, now. So I put my name, and then when I went on stage, I was like, this is not my fault. They made me to do it. I pointed at them.
I love it. And you were at home. You felt at home once you got up there? How'd you feel?
Do you know what? I don't. Travis is a very good teacher, and he told me that just talk to people like they're your friends, and you want them to have good time, and you want to make them laugh and make them feel good. So I was like, okay, these people are my friends. I should not be scared of them, and it went really well first time.
That's amazing.
Then I bombed later and a couple times, but
well, that's all part of it. You have to. You have to do that. Right.
But Louis, I also want to give special shout out to Bob Bailey, because why I'm continuing doing this is because of Bob, because Bob made me, I mean, starting is one thing, right? But continuing and staying on it is a different thing. So Bob made me believe that I'm needed. And before I was talking, I like politics, and I was just talking, casual things and sex and politics and this and that. But he told me that you are Georgian. This is a huge thing. You are from former Soviet Union. You are an immigrant. There is confusion in your life. So this is what you need to talk about, because this is interesting for us. So I was like, and I started thinking that way and researching more Georgias. And now I have this idea, since there's so much confusion between two Georgias, it's either they have to change the name, one of them, the country or the state, which kind of hard, or I have this dream to make a show, maybe reality show, not the Georgia on your mind, where we travel and compare.
I love it.
Georgias.
Great idea. Great idea.
So,
all right, we need you to pitch that. You're going to have to pitch
universe.
Soon. Right. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. Right now. I love it. We were talking earlier, and you call yourself a memeologist. What is a memeologist? Tell me.
Memeologist. Well, meme, as you know, is a crazy concept. It's very new, 5 10 years. I don't know how old are memes, and a couple sentences and a picture, or sometimes only picture, but it either makes us smile or frown, whatever causes emotion right away.
Right.
And mostly they're funny, supposed to be funny. So I don't know. Can we call it an art form? Because you need creativity to put that together. I have made bunch of memes myself as well. So I don't know, I became attracted to this because it's like a very short, quick form to communicate with people and make them smile. So I go and search every day on different social media and find the cool ones and the fresh ones and then bring it to our group. And people love it. So
Right. And where can they see your memes? What platform?
Your fault for watching.
Excellent. Your fault for watching. Absolutely. So we're going to put that down in the description below as well. And so you spend a little bit of time each day searching for certain memes, and then you record. How do you give us the process a little bit so people understand really how they come about?
Oh, it's not easy, by the way. I wake up, I get dressed, and go to the meme producing factory.
Right, exactly.
And then go through them, gazillions of them, and pick the cool ones that I think are cool and snatch them and then bring it to the people. Of course, I'm joking. I go to different social media like Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and the people are working hard every day making new ones. And whatever happens last night, today there is like fresh memes. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How's it going for you? Have you gotten a good feedback? What is the goal? Is the goal for you to get more people to obviously to watch and to get an idea of what you're doing?
Yes. I mean, that was not the goal, but now I guess, yes, we want to be more serious and put out our own videos and our own podcasts and more of our own memes. So of course we want a bigger audience. But in the beginning, Russell, our mutual friend Russell, asked me, Lia, why are you doing this? And I said, well, I just want to make people smile in the morning when they wake up,
That's
and
beautiful.
they look.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said, oh, that's cool, like, you should make a t-shirt or something, he told me. But that's the only idea, because when I see and I love it and I laugh, I'm like, oh, let me make all of my friends laugh.
Absolutely. So it's making people feel good, which is really
Yes,
they say laughter is the best medicine.
definitely.
They've always said that. Now, getting back to social media, you as an up and coming comic, memeologist, other things that you're doing, I remember. What is it emotionally? What's it like for you emotionally trying to build your brand up? Is it something that you take to heart? Is it something that you struggle with? How do you deal with it day to day is really what I'm asking.
Well, yes, it is not easy because I'm somewhat a sensitive person. I'm a human being, I'm a woman. So, but it's not good to be that sensitive in today's world on social media, especially if you're trying to be a comedian. I mean, it's impossible. But before, I used to put my memes on my own page, where I do have several thousand people, but there's all kinds of people and lots of immigrants, so they tend to be more conservative. So there used to be always fights and people yelling at me.
This
And
is on Facebook, right? On Facebook?
On Facebook, getting
Okay.
upset about the political and so, which I would engage in those, but then I was exhausted and I was like, no, let me take this out of here. And then I started doing it only on your fault for watching, because we are mostly like-minded people, but not always. So
Right.
sometimes people do get upset, but what can you do? This is
Right.
social media.
Yeah, of course,
This
but
is
it's
social media.
it's still on the Facebook platform, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Have you
yes.
thought about taking it to Instagram as well, or TikTok?
Instagram, yes, we have a page, but we have not started working that hard. TikTok, maybe.
God, yeah, because I think those might be some good outlets of it. So does
For
it
sure, especially for advertising, Louis, for you as well. You make little TikTok videos for advertising and you refer to your show, or we refer to our things, and then people find you from there, because it's limited, it's very short, right?
are you consumed by the social media aspect of life? Are you consumed with it?
I am. Can I ask you the same question? Are you?
I am, and the same thing I was quite a bit, but I find myself more and more trying to disengage a little bit, but I still love the whole pop culture of it. How about you? Your turn.
The same way, and why that's why I'm asking you, because I want to relate and see other people's struggle, because it is a struggle. We are consumed by it, like most of us are consumed by social media, and then like, where is real life? What is real life? That is maybe real life. So then I'm also just like you, try to kind of distance myself a little bit, spend less time, but it seems like it's impossible. It just reminds me of a little bit of like living in New York City, because there was so much going on and I was involved in so much and I wanted everything. And people were telling, Leah, you can't go out every night. You can't do everything. It's impossible. So it's like I was kind of losing myself, like in
Yeah,
New York
yeah, the
City. There
pace.
was so
Yeah,
much
I agree.
going on.
I agree. I agree. The pace is very, very quick, and um, obviously it's designed to get you to do that. I understand that. I also feel too sometimes, just thinking about. No one's ever really asked me, but um, you know, is it a young person's game? And you're young. You're still young. I'm not. I'm not young. So I always think about it. Might be. Is it really a young person's game? It's like am I kidding myself, or it really doesn't matter? What do you think?
First of all, thank you for telling me I'm young, but you could be younger than me. I just turned 50.
Okay, I got you. I got you by a lot, girl. I got you by a
Oh,
lot.
really?
Yeah, you're young. You're a youngster. You're a youngster, as I knew. But we're not going to say
Thank you.
anything. But yeah, what? Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I have 26-year-old daughter who
Oh,
is
ooh,
a,
okay.
yes,
I have
who
a
is a
good.
pretty established photographer around here, and she's a cannabis photographer. That's her main.
Oh,
Yeah.
now we're talking. Now we're
Yes.
talking. That's just a whole
Yes.
nother show. This is a whole nother
Yes.
show. Well, yes,
Yes.
I have a 28-year-old son and a 33-year-old son, but
Oh, wow.
the cannabis photography is
Yes.
very
And she's,
interesting.
yeah, she's doing pretty well. But right now, like you have to be on social media, because you have to promote yourself about on social media, and especially photography, visual arts, it's all Instagram, etc. So we can't even work without social media. I
No,
mean,
I
there
I
are some
agree.
areas.
I agree 100%. You must be on it. It is an advertising medium. But I just, you just wonder how. I just wonder if, let's say the 50 to 65 age group, is playing in the waters of the 15 to 40. You know what I mean? Your daughter's young, and
Mhm,
it's a natural thing. And I get it.
mhm,
I get it,
mhm,
because that's what they've kind of grown up in. But
mhm.
we're also doing it, and I just, sometimes it's just something to think about.
Yes, I think it's everybody's game. We're all there on social media. They make fun of us. We make fun of them. Or they make fun of old people. Whatever boomers this, that, Gen
Right.
Z, Gen X, and we make fun of millennials, and that's it. One
Of
big
course.
family.
Of course. You had a podcast called Thick Talk. I mean, based on your quote unquote thick accent,
Accent.
which is not really that thick to me, but
Thank you.
tell us about that.
Yeah, serious. I even want to do it on a daily basis, because I have so much material, because I turned 50. And before, you probably went through all this, that like you are more concentrated on family or raising children and achieving this, that. But then there is this moment where like, oh, now I have time for myself.
I know
And you
exactly what you're talking.
Yes, and you have accumulated knowledge, ideas, experience, and now you want to kind of communicate it in the world, because you feel there's maybe something important you can say. Then it's up to your audience to take it or reject it. So I've been writing a lot, and I'm working on a book. It's called Journals from the Future, and it's about the future. So, and there's journals, and it's all mixed in future, past, and there is like artificial intelligence over there, and I talk about the today's problems, but kind of from the future, and what we solved and what we did not solve and things like that. But also all the other topics I think about, I talk there.
Right, that's interesting. That sounds great. Yeah, it's kind of like you're at the point where the next chapter, what's going to be for
Next
the
chapter,
for the
exactly.
what you're gonna do for the
Pivotal
next chapter.
moment, right? Pivotal
You
moment.
just took the words right out of my mouth. So
Yes.
what would you
Yes.
say in your, the last in your life, really? What was a pivotal moment where you kind of came to a fork in the road and you said, I'm going to go this way versus that way? Could you answer that without,
Yes, I know that most people usually talk about the past, but I want to talk about now. I feel like it's right now. So thank you for having me over here and inviting me, because this is very cool, because I'm putting my ideas and my wishes and my dreams in the universe and talking to you, which means something. And there's many things I want to do, and I turned 50 and now I'm kind of free because my daughter, she's self-sufficient.
That's a good thing.
Yes, and I hope your children are too, and good. And my partner Jake, he's an awesome person and he's creative, so we kind of feed each other creatively and we try to start business. So this is a pivotal moment for me, that I want to go new places.
Excellent. And that new place might be the Icor Cafe, correct?
It has to be
a coffee place that you're
yes,
hopefully going to be opening soon.
Opening soon, because we've been working on this for a while, and now that we have inspections left.
Oh, okay. So you're down the stretch.
Yes, but the inspections are important. So
absolutely. Oh, so that's great. So are you gonna any chance of you performing at Icor Cafe eventually?
Yes, for sure. And we already did probably 5 or 6 open mics here, and we had some friends, and it was pretty fun.
That's great.
So we'll do it in the future as well.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on that for sure. Guilty pleasure of Lia Shartava. You know what that means?
Yes, guilty pleasure, of course. I find that all my life has been guilty pleasure because I do indulge in everything I want to.
Okay.
But luckily, lately I have very good kind of healthy things I like to indulge, which is writing, which is comedy, which is painting, because you don't necessarily, especially in the beginning, or if you ever make money with all this,
making money is secondary, right? I mean, is there money to be made?
I don't know, but the thing is that why is it a guilty pleasure when you spend so much time on the things you love,
right,
and they don't bring you income? That's a guilty pleasure in
maybe
America,
you're right.
And in today's world, that's how it's considered.
Interesting.
So I sometimes feel guilty about that, because about my hobbies, and then they become my life. I love doing it so much, and I spent so much time. So I would say that's guilty pleasures.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll give you that.
How about yours?
Oh, I don't know if I could even answer that off the cuff.
Okay.
I mean, probably, honestly, I would have to say probably, going down some crazy rabbit hole, for pop culture. Probably some of that stuff. I would have to say that something crazy, like someone might ask me, a rap, like a rapper that's like Bad Baby. I don't know if you ever heard of her. Bad Baby is is my favorite pop culture rapper. She's like a rapper. She's like a social media star. She's probably like 18, and she was
Bad
on TV.
Baby.
Bad Baby. Bad Baby. Oh, so I love. Shout out to Bad Baby if you ever listen to this.
Shout out to Bad Baby.
That's kind of a guilty pleasure. How about music?
Well, yes, I love music, of course, but that's funny you brought that up. Very interesting, because I see so many things in common. Now, you said earlier that you mentioned your boyfriend third, so I have to straighten it out right now.
It's been on your mind? It's been on your mind.
Yeah, it has.
I hurt you. I hurt you a little bit. I hurt you a little bit there, huh? Okay,
no, you
bring it
didn't
out.
hurt me.
Bring Jake up. Jake Moon.
Yes,
Shout out.
Jake Moon. He has an awesome name, Jake Michael Moon. And he is also a bad baby because he is a rap artist and his name is Baby Squirrel, his
I love it.
artistic name.
That's crazy.
Baby
love it.
Squirrel.
That's
And
nuts. That's nuts.
Nuts. That's nuts. Exactly. And he's kind of our age. So he's not a baby anymore, but he's a baby squirrel, though.
I love it.
So, I mean, he's on YouTube and everywhere, and he's a pretty good rap artist. But the funny thing is that, well, he influenced me with comedy, and our other friends influenced me. But recently, I've been thinking, maybe I should start rapping.
Oh, really? That would be amazing. Oh, that might be cool. That might be very cool. All right.
No. I'm joking, but like I know a bunch of poems in my language. And once I was reciting, and Jay goes like, Baby Squirrel goes like, wow, you could rap that.
Yeah, get a beat. Get a beat to that. Absolutely. So, what kind of? All kidding aside, what kind of music do you listen to?
Well, I like music starting from classical.
Okay.
I like some jazz. I love Miles Davis.
Okay.
Have you listened to Miles Davis? Beautiful.
Yes.
And I do love modern music, and I like hip hop. I like electronic music. I used to, when I lived in New York City, that was a while ago, I used to go to the parties and clubs and raves and
The techno.
dance to
The techno. You like the techno?
Yes, trance, techno house, etc. And that was awesome time. So
okay, so what? Give me something. Give me something that Lia listens to that someone who knows you would say, "You got to be kidding."
Baby Squirrel.
All right, good. You redeemed yourself.
Shout out to Baby Squirrel. And the interesting thing is that I think his ancestors are from the state of Georgia. And me from country of Georgia. So maybe sometimes I joke, maybe somehow we attracted each other, and it would be cool if we did this because he does comedy too. So if we traveled and we compared country of Georgia, state of Georgia, what do people say? How do people dress? What do they eat? And I mean, it's very different, obviously. So that would be cute.
Absolutely. You know what?
And informative.
A little, what they say, Michigana, a little crazy. A little crazy.
Crazy.
I want to say thank you so much to you. I mean, it's been a lot of fun speaking with you. Do me a favor. Tell us again all your Facebook, the pages, and everything that's cooking for you coming out next. I want you to promote it. We're going to put everything down below, but I want to hear it from you. So tell us about the pages, Think Talk, so forth and so on.
Sure. My name is Lia Shartava, and I have a Facebook page, but also on Facebook, we have a page. It's Your Fault for Watching. It's very noisy here. And
I thought that was here. I thought that was a site. You know what New York City is. I thought that was
same. I'm in a busy area over here. Also, I've been doing comedy, stand up, and I will be going back to the stage soon. And hopefully I will be posting it, because what happened is that, of course, I've been recorded many times. I've done stand up maybe 10 times already, but I'm never satisfied all the way. So I'm like, I'm going to post next video. So I haven't. So I do a podcast. It's called Thick Talk, and it's on Anchor. Platform is Anchor. It's called Anchor, and they have it everywhere. And also, what am I forgetting? I have my art on Fine Art America.
Absolutely. All right. So, wow. I mean, amazing stuff. A lot of things going on. I wish you good things only. And you are a beautiful, beautiful soul.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Pleasure speaking with you. I only wish you the best. I hope we're going to stay in touch. I think we will.
I hope so.
And we'll touch base again soon. Once again, Grind and Pivot, pivotal moments that changed everything. The beautiful soul and Thick Talk. And by the way, it is your fault for watching. Lia,
it is your fault.
It's always your fault. It's not anybody's fault but you. Great. Peace out, everybody. Thanks so much.
Peace. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Closing doors, please.